Times.
All right, so hey ATPE, this is Joe Cruz here, membership specialist for Metro East. I'm here with the lovely Jerica Liggins, and Miss Liggins is actually serving on the ATPE state board as vice president. So I met Jerica when I first came into ATPE. I always tell her several times if I had a bunch of Jericas all throughout the state, ATPE would be in great hands. So basically, this is the first episode, the first session of what I'm calling ATPE Mic Drop. And it's basically highlighting our members and our leaders and trying to spread awareness of what ATPE can do and provide for potential teachers, potential members, educators alike. Because ATPE has so many benefits. I think if you just take the time to understand and learn about what we can do for our members, it could be better utilized in a crucial tool in your career and life. So, Ms. Liggins, I'm going to hand you the mic.
Thank you, Mr. Cruz.
So, first things first, tell me about how you got involved with ATPE.
So I became a member of ATPE when I was a college student. Joining ATPE was a free benefit for those students ready to go into the classroom to start their student teaching. And I've been a member ever since.
Awesome. And so how did you so you started out a college student. Were there any educators and members that kind of influenced you in joining ATPE afterwards, after you finished college?
So my first year in the classroom, I had several mentors. Actually, a lot of my mentors were my teachers when I was in elementary, middle, and high school. And they were all members of ATPE, and they brought me an application and said, you need to join this organization. And I said, I'm already a member. I was a member in college. Well, of course, you have to reapply because now you're a first-time professional. So I filled out the application, and 15 years later, here I am.
Wow, okay. And so your level of service in ATPE, I mean, it's known throughout our membership in the state. Like I said, you served locally, part of 2 locals, correct? Yeah.
3.
Is it 3?
3. I've been in 3 districts.
Paris.
So Paris,
Oh, Mesquite. Oh my gosh.
Cooper, and back at Paris.
So I forgot you're in 10 and then you come to Region 8. So you started serving locally.
Mm-hmm.
You started doing region.
Yes.
And then I remember, like, when I first started, we were kind of in talks about you running for state office. And that was like that was a journey.
Yes, it was.
And you got elected to the state office.
Thank y'all for the votes.
But to you, most importantly, why is it, in your mind, why is it important to serve when you're part of an organization that offers that to its members? Why is it important for you? Why is it important for members to get involved with ATPE?
Well, I often say passion, purpose, profession, and that's just my motto. I wake up every day loving that I am an educator. From the students to our staff to our administrators, I love the passion that we bring to our school districts each and every day. And the more that especially new teachers see our enthusiasm and our passion, the better our profession will become. Not everyone is called to be an educator. So for me, this is my purpose. Like many of you, you've been in the profession a very long time. Some are just starting out, but when you know you're supposed to be an educator, you just know. So you just begin to do the things that you have to do to educate your students. This is our profession. So for me, showing my love, the energy that I have, I believe that is what makes our profession grow. It helps us bond, and then we're able to take that relationship to the state level. We're able to go out and let our voices be heard to those that really need to hear it the most. And those are those in those offices that make decisions that affect what we do every single day.
Wow, I mean, perfect. And I think one thing that we look into in the future for ATPE is a lot of studies show that this new generation of educators, that they are not as service-minded as our generation or the generations before us. you know, and you are a very service-minded person. I know ATP is not the only thing that you participate in, but for young members, and you know, I personally, I don't partially agree with that statement or that study. What would you tell a young educator who, yeah, of course they need liability coverage, employee rights, whatever. That's important, of course, to protect your career. What would you tell them about getting involved in ATPE?
So time is precious, but so is our profession.
Ooh, that was good. I like that.
So a lot of teachers coming in now, younger teachers, they're not necessarily taking the traditional path of going to college to become a teacher. They're doing alternative programs, which is absolutely great because we need you. But in knowing that, they miss all of the opportunities that you learn about volunteering while you're in college studying to be a teacher. There's so many different organizations on your campus, such as UIL competition, student council, and the list goes on. You don't learn about those programs when you're just doing alt-cert. You just have the memory of your days in high school, and maybe you didn't have the best experience. But as new teachers coming in, I try to always get them to think about, well, how could your high school days have been better?
Yeah.
And when they think about that, well, what can you do now as a teacher to ensure that your students have that best opportunity in whatever it is that they desire to participate in? And that just comes from volunteering your time with a simple conversation outside of you teaching the students. So once we can all come together to remember the best days of our public education experience, we can formulate programs and events and be involved and lead those for our students, but then also for our teachers, because we're a family all across the state. Every teacher, every voice, when we come together, we're heard.
Yeah, and I think for some reason, when it comes to ATP, I think something about our shared vision and how we are able to, you know, how we offer summit or region meetings or local meetings, how we can come together to put that voice, you know, or agree on what that mission for us as members, it allows us to just be able to accomplish so much more. And I think that's what separates us from other organizations, because we do have other organizations. Of course, we're going to say join ATPE, but I really firmly believe that ATPE, if utilized by its members to the fullest of its potential, you know, you personally, there's so many benefits that you have had with ATPE.
Yes.
And I feel like you just have to take that opportunity to learn about it and then use it, because I feel like I can see how it has grown you, whether it's been the leadership ATPE or, you know, just any of the roles in becoming a leader in not just ATPE, but in your community. I feel like that is something that this next generation, this new wave of educators, I feel like if they are more aware of it, they would be more welcoming to joining and participating in it. And, you know, again, I just want to thank Miss Liggins. This is the first episode. You killed it. It was terrific.
Thank you.
Region 8, if you're a member and you're watching this in Region 8, or if you are teaching in Region 8, please reach out to me, Joe Cruz. You can even reach out to Jerica Liggins. Get involved, join up, let ATPE be your ally, your voice, and we look forward to you becoming a member this membership year. Jerica, you can do your mic drop now. You can drop it, just carefully.
Jerica Liggins, ATPE State Vice President.
She's out.